You all are reckless.
At least we have fun.
It's true. You haven't been with us in weeks. Don't you think it's time for a break?
I'm sure Father won't mind.
But I have to...
I know you want to, Raystraw.
Damn it.
What is going on here?
I shot my head to the voice to see the commander, aged little, staring at the boys with his arms crossed his chest. Damien quickly dashed and hid behind Sam, peeking over his shoulder to see the larger commander.
Nothing is going on. We just passed by each other.
Then why does your brother have your book?
I was showing him what I was learning, Father.
Return to your studies, Ray Stroud. The rest of you out of my sight. Do not disturb your brother again.
I could only stare as James gently took his book and, without looking at the brothers, returned to reading. The commander walked past the remaining brothers, growling at Sam and Damien, before leaving the room. What was up with that?
Don't worry about it. We'll find a way to get him back.
I don't know. He's on a very tight leash.
Ezra, you're quiet. What did you hear?
He's going to a negotiation meeting. He's going to arrange a marriage.
A marriage? For who?
It must be for one of us.
He hasn't decided who will marry her. It's a girl from a kingdom he wants to take over.
But that's uncharacteristic of him. Usually he'd just attack with the army.
Whatever the case is, one of us is getting married.
I hope it isn't me.
What about Raystraw? He's the eldest.
It would make sense, but having a succubus marrying one of us means that she'll be practically married to all of us.
Well, what should we do?
Before the conversation continues, the boys vanished in thin air, fading into different colored mists. They were replaced by an older Damien and Matthew sitting with each other in the middle of the throne room. Also, how exactly did they know it was a succubus if all Damien just said was he was planning to arrange a marriage with the neighboring kingdoms unless they knew that the neighboring kingdom had a succubus as a daughter? Technically 2 daughters, because they've also got Oribel. But yeah. I would have loved to have seen Oribel.
Do you think we should?
I really want to.
I want to as well. Still, it'll be hard to convince Raystero, since he's the one about to be married, and he's the favorite.
We don't know that, Zakeru. Maybe she's set to marry you.
No way! I don't want to get married.
I don't think you'll have a problem with that baby face of yours.
I looked over to see Sam join the duo, crossing his arms and raising an eyebrow at his brothers.
What are you two talking about?
We got into contact with the human world again.
Come on, Ezra. Give humans too much attention.
No way! You gotta listen! They apparently have stores and books and schools and stuff!
So what? It's full of humans who piss on each other for no reason. They're no better than the devil spawn.
Nuh-uh! The one we were talking to wasn't like that!
How do you know, Zakeru?
Because I do!
What is going on here?
They want to go to the human world.
The human world?
Raystero, think about it! You won't have to marry that girl and be the heir anymore! You could be with us, and we can make lives for ourselves in the new world!
Now you're just talking nonsense.
I vote that we do it.
Huh? Oh, not you two.
Think about it. This may be our chance to finally get away from this political nonsense we're stuck in. We may be nobles, but we're still our own beings.
Raystraw is in.
What? Azrael!
Whoa! So how do we get there?
Are you kidding me? You don't even know how we'd get there.
A simple spell should work, but it would require someone from the human world to help us get there.
We can ask him!
Oh, he'd definitely help us.
I'm not so sure about...
Raystra, aren't you tired of pleasing Father all of the time?
I am, but...
If you stay, you'll be married off and become ruler of Father's kingdom. You'll have no time for yourself or with us, and you'll be constantly at war with the other realms for power. You'll most likely turn into the spitting image of Father.
What he's saying is, get your head out of your ass and let's go. If you don't say yes, I'll drag your princely ass with us. I don't care what that bastard of a father wants.
Come on, Raistro.
All right, let's do this. What's the plan?
I couldn't believe it. What was happening? I've seen the history of their lives before my eyes. They were nobles and James was the heir to the kingdom. The commander ruled. Even more so, he was going to be married to Diana. We have to feel pity on him for that one. They sacrificed everything to leave and be together. They'd rather be free than remain in their noble roles. Again, they've all got stripes. None of them look like the father. I'm confused. They probably all look like their mom, so I'm going with that because none of them look like the commander whatsoever. I started to feel a little jealous. They were able to leave while I was still expected to be what my father wanted me to be. How they were able to leave was uncertain still, but I knew I would learn in time. I closed my eyes and mentally asked Damien to end the vision. As soon as I asked, the world around me slowly vanished and I was back to the bedroom where I sat with my head nestled in Damien's hands. My visions began to clear, letting me fully see the boys around me, all with concerned faces.
So, you now know exactly who we are.
Diana's the girl you arranged to marry.
Not anymore. Once we left, the arrangement was broken. With no sons to marry off, her dad couldn't go through with the marriage deal.
If Diana is here for us, that means she's trying to save her kingdom from being attacked.
That's not true. She wants to rule our kingdom. Having one of us will give her the right to our kingdom, as much as we'd have right over hers.
So she's a gold digger.
Well, with a kingdom like ours, what succubus wouldn't want to marry us for it?
It all made sense. She wanted them so that she could finally take over the opposing kingdom. She knew that despite her power, she wouldn't be able to fight against their father, so she had to find another way in. Also, this kind of gets a little bit contradicted in the second game, but let's not go there for now. That manipulative... I'm not even going to say that because I know otherwise. Before I could continue, I felt my head suddenly get heavy and dizzy. I gripped my head, mewling under my breath. What the...
I took too much. I'm so sorry.
Rest now. There's no need to do anything more today.
The boy suddenly rushed over and helped me lay back down as my vision was painted in white polka dots. I needed sleep badly. Instantly I closed my eyes and let the darkness consume me. After what seemed like hours, I finally woke up, slightly refreshed. My body knew that if I slept any longer, I'd be up all night, which was not part of the plan for the day. I rubbed my eyes and sat up, letting a soft groan escape my lips. In response, something beside my bed shuffled, causing me to look over. I didn't know what I was expecting. Beside me, sitting in a chair beside the bed, was Erik, rousing himself up to see me awake. I smiled at him, seeing his slightly ruffled hair and tired eyes.
You're awake, princess. That's a relief. How do you feel?
Better. Erik nodded before he gently reached over and placed his hand over mine, running his thumb over my knuckle and examining my face with a soft sadness. Aw. Are you blaming yourself, sweetie? My mouse decided to play up then.
I must apologize, princess. To see you be hunted by both demons and devils, I feel entirely responsible.
Erik, it's not your fault. You weren't the only one being chased, so it's definitely not just your fault, and I don't blame you anyway.
No, forgive me, but I can't stand the thought of them hurting you. If we had never come, you'd never be in danger.
I quickly reached over and put my finger on his lips, stopping him from going any further. I didn't want to hear anymore. Besides, I'd be sad if I didn't know you. The story would be boring without you. Erik, it's okay. I wanted to help you out. I offered to let you all stay. Nothing is your fault. I gently moved my hand and cupped Erik's cheek, staring at him with concern. I didn't want him to hold guilt in his mind about this whole ordeal. Diana was desperate, and she'd hunt anyone for them. It wasn't his fault. She was desperate enough to hunt them down. However, I was curious. So, Erik, you're a noble? Erik chuckled before he stared at the hand he was caressing with a soft smile.
Yes, I'm a noble. My brothers and I are nobles. Well, I guess I should say were now, shouldn't I?
Were?
James was the demon prince when we lived in the abyssal plains. The others and I were simply nobles living in the castle, simply because of our bloodline. Should James fail or die, we were the replacements. Well, we didn't want to live like that, as simply replacements over our brother. So we all wanted to leave and be an actual family.
What was it like while you were there?
Well, to put it simply, it was boring. James was constantly being trained while the rest of us had to constantly entertain ourselves without disturbing him. I, however, was also being trained under the guidance of my mother.
Your mother?
Yes, she was a lovely woman. I never knew what she looked like.
That made no sense. How can you not know what his mother looked like? Erik, as if he read my mind, smiled and chuckled at the confusion on my face. This, of course, is explained very thoroughly for those who are completely lost at this point.
Our father had multiple wives. James, myself, Sam, and Matthew came from these very women. But tensions grew high when Damien was born outside our father's marriages. In order to quell the tension, our father had a powerful demon mage turn our mothers into simple, floating spirits. They lived, but they could not have physical form.
That's horrible! No kidding! So, if you try to have an opinion and you hate him for going with another woman, which is understandable, he will turn you into a ghost ball with no physical form. Totally the way to settle tension. I guess technically that way then they wouldn't be able to hurt the new wife or the child. But really? Couldn't he come up with another idea how to stop it? I don't know, like have them all in a room to talk it out or something? Turn him into ghost ball, really, is the best idea he had. God, his ideas suck. What the hell? But yeah, that was the Demon Lord's best idea on how to deal with problems in a family. What do you guys think? The best idea ever, or what the hell idea ever?